Hello my friends, hello again. My name is Kyle. And here on my channel, Pensando Inglés, I bring you real English. Real, clear, comprehensible English that you can understand. And today I bring you more real, comprehensible English in the form of some interesting facts. Facts about what? About the United States of America, okay? I'm going to make a short series of videos telling you one interesting fact from each of the 50 United States, okay? And like I just said, there is 50 of them, so I cannot put them all in one video because that would be way too long, okay? So this is part one. In this part one, I'm going to tell you some interesting facts about some of the United States, and we're going to go in alphabetical order. A, B, C, D, alphabetical order. So let's get going. First, the first state that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact about is called Alabama. And an interesting fact about Alabama is that in Alabama there are more snails by far than any other US state, okay? There are more snails in Alabama than any other state. In fact, around 40% of all of the snails in the United States live in Alabama. Now that's interesting, kind of. The second state that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact about is Alaska. The state of Alaska. An interesting fact about Alaska that you may not know is that the official sport, the sport of Alaska, is dog mushing. Dog mushing, okay? Dog mushing is where you have a team of dogs, usually the dog breed is the Siberian Husky, and they pull a sled in the snow, and that is called dog mushing, okay? Now there's a very famous yearly race that is held in Alaska of dog mushing, and it's called the Iditarod. And the Iditarod is 1,000 miles long, okay? It is a very long race. That fact is actually pretty cool, I think. Next state that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact about is Arizona. And this fact is interesting, but also a little bit scary. Okay, this one's a little scary, especially for me because I do not like snakes. In Arizona, there are 13 different species of rattlesnakes. Okay, horror. Maybe I don't want to go to Arizona because I do not like snakes. But the one good thing about rattlesnakes is that they will not just bite you out of nowhere. You can usually hear them because they shake their rattle as a warning, so that if you get close to them, they'll start shaking their rattle and then you can just run away, okay? So maybe rattlesnakes aren't so bad compared to other snakes. Nah, I still don't like them. Next state, Arkansas. And an interesting fact about Arkansas is that Arkansas is the home to the only active diamond mine, okay? The only active diamond mine in the United States, which means that there is a mine. A mine is where they dig for precious minerals, gold, silver, diamonds. There is only one diamond mine in the US where they are still digging for diamonds, and it is in Arkansas. And in fact, the 3 biggest diamonds ever found in the United States were found in Arkansas. Next state. The next state is California, and California is a very big state. It is the 3rd largest US state in terms of size and land, only behind Texas and Alaska. However, it has the largest amount of people living in the state. 40 million people live in California. That is 1/8 of the entire US population, and it is bigger than the entire population of Canada. More people live in this one state of California than people who live in the whole country of Canada. Next, Colorado. Colorado's claim to fame is that in 1935, the cheeseburger was invented. Now I do not know if I believe this, because I kind of think it's like how a lot of countries in South America, they like to say that they created empanadas or something like that, okay? They all say, oh, we do it the best, oh, we actually made it. I really kind of doubt that the cheeseburger was invented in Colorado, but in 1935, a man filed a patent. A patent is a legal document that says that you created something and other people cannot make it and sell it. So in 1935, in Colorado, a man filed a patent for the cheeseburger, okay? So in Colorado, they think that they invented the cheeseburger. And I like cheeseburgers, so thanks a lot, Colorado. Appreciate it. The next state, Connecticut. And the interesting fact that I bring you in Connecticut is that the first speed limit, the first official speed limit in the United States was 15 miles an hour in Connecticut, okay? And a speed limit is those little signs that they put on the road, and that means that you cannot drive faster than the speed limit, okay? Now, 15 miles an hour, that is not fast at all, okay? There are Olympic athletes that can almost run that fast, all right? So imagine how slow that would feel going 15 miles an hour in your car, okay? I think horses can run quicker than that, so that feels so slow nowadays, but I imagine back in that time when cars were just being created, they probably thought that it was crazy fast and dangerous. Next state, Delaware. This one is actually pretty interesting for me because I like to know things about business. So, more than 60% of the Fortune 500 companies here in the country are based in Delaware. Okay, now a Fortune 500 means the top 500 companies, the biggest, most profitable companies, such as Amazon, Google, etc. These big companies. More than 60% of them are based in Delaware. Now, when I read this, I immediately thought, oh, there must be good tax laws there, okay? There's a reason for this, and that's true. There are business-friendly tax laws in Delaware, which means that these companies get to keep more of the money they make without paying higher taxes. So it's quite understandable why they base their companies in Delaware. But I did not know that. Next, Florida. The Everglades National Park, which is a huge swampland. The Everglades National Park is the only ecosystem on Earth where both crocodiles and alligators live together. Interesting. Next state, Georgia. Coca-Cola, the famous soft drink, was invented in Atlanta, Georgia. So, should we thank Georgia for creating this delicious treat, or should we be angry with them for creating something that has contributed so much to diabetes and bad health? I don't know. I believe that what we eat and what we put into our bodies is a personal choice. So I can't blame McDonald's if I eat cheeseburgers every day and I get a little bit heavy or unhealthy. But that's just my own personal opinion. Next state that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact about is Hawaii. Hawaii is one of only 3 U.S. states to have an official language other than English. However, very few Hawaiians speak the native language, the native Hawaiian language. In fact, only 0.2% of the population of Hawaii is fluent in the native language Hawaiian. The next state that I'm going to share an interesting fact about with you, Idaho. While Idaho is most famous perhaps for its production of potatoes, a lesser known fact is that Idaho consumes more wine than any other United States state. Next state that I'm going to share a fact about with you guys is a state that I have spent a lot of time in and I continue to spend a lot of time in, Illinois. Illinois is home to the tallest building in all of the United States. This is the Sears Tower. However, even though Illinois is perhaps most known for the big city of Chicago where the Sears Tower is at, more than 80% of the state is actually farmland. Alright guys, and I'm going to end this video, this first chapter in the series of facts about the United States with my state. The state where I live, Indiana. And the fact that I'm going to share with you about my homeland is that 90% of the world's popcorn comes from Indiana. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed getting some real quality English in the form of some interesting facts about the United States. I want to ask you guys to do something for me. I've been telling you guys about my country, about some of the places here, so do me a favor guys, write me a comment down below and tell me a fact about your country, about your city, about where you live. I'm so interested to learn something new about your home. Alright? Please do that for me guys, because comments, likes, and sharing can really help a channel to grow. You guys know I've been working hard to grow this channel, to spread real English to the Spanish-speaking world. So if you believe in my mission, like I do, help me out guys. Give me a like, leave me a comment, share this video with a friend who's also trying to learn English. I appreciate you all very much. Como siempre, muchísimas gracias por ver. Nos vemos pronto.